2, 3. Now we are live. So smile, smile because we are live. And
hello, everybody.
welcome. So guys, for those of you that cannot join us for this session, I would like to give you a warm welcome to the marketing course. I'm here with my colleague Mark, and we are going to guide you through this course in the next 8 weeks. So yeah, 8 weeks. Mark, do you have something to start with?
No, just a pleasure to share this course with you, Lucas.
Thank you.
And sorry, so your name is Mogomotsi. It's a pleasure too. Okay.
Thank you.
My experience in the sports industry, it's about 10 years ago. I played in a basketball team in Spain, Basket Manresa. Now I am in the board of direction of this club, and I work in marketing sports. Mogomotsi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Yes, fantastic. This course will be very interesting for us. We will see some of the fundamentals of marketing basis, and later we develop some specific issues in marketing industry, in the sports industry. Mogomotsi, and your profile, you're from
Botswana.
Botswana, and you are related
Botswana.
to the sport institution. What is your interest?
Well, no. I really in sports. This is my first take into the sports field. I've been passionate for in sports from a young age. I've played not professionally, but socially, growing up, school teams, junior nationally. So I've always been a big fan of sports, and currently in Botswana, I'm trying to start a data analytical company, because in Botswana we don't have sort of the rich information that you get in sports in Europe, for example, that Opta provides, or even just your live score, or sort of a system like that. So I want to develop that for my local league, and hopefully branch it out into the rest of Africa eventually. And that's hence why I've joined this. I'm doing the official master's degree through the university. So I'm hoping this coming through this course and coming through this program, I'll be able to gain some knowledge of sports in general, whether it's marketing, finance, all of it, just to build on what I'm trying to do here in Botswana, and is build on my passion.
That's great. You mentioned Opta. Do you want to provide even more only stats, or do you want to match it with video as well?
We will. It's both. Well, right now we're starting with stats, but eventually, obviously, there's an opportunity to grow it in any real direction. So we would obviously consider going into video eventually.
Okay, that was just curiosity, because like as Mark was mentioning himself and his profile, like I'm coming from sports background as well. Like I've been working quite a lot of years right now in sports, mostly in sports marketing and sports sponsorship. And the last couple of years I was working for a small consultancy company in Barcelona, and we were exactly dealing with data analytics and video analytics. So it's like, that was just curious when you mentioned it.
That's great. So maybe then I can eventually pick your brain on a few ideas for as we go through this course.
Definitely, we will have time for it. Well, basically, as Mark mentioned at the beginning, like during this course, we will start with some marketing basic concepts, and later we will just go through basic stuff like setting up the marketing objectives, later through the segmentation, positioning, through marketing mix. We will even slightly touch the digital marketing as well. So it's like this will be all packed up in the following 8 weeks. It's a lot of things. We have a lot of things to do in just 8 weeks. So that's the reason why I'm going to be sending a lot of messages with instructions, and I hope that you will be following it, because if not, there won't be a lot of time to do the catch up. It means because we will have a lot of interesting cases, we will have a lot of individual and group activities as well. Right now we are finishing. We are in the first week. It means that until the Sunday 8th of October, you will need to submit the activity number 1. Activity number 1, it's kind of warm up. For me, it's really like it's a basic warm up, because the idea of activity 1 is just to provide 2 sources of blogs or sport agencies or just sport pages where you could find different kind of information about sports marketing, sports sponsorship, etc., etc. So it's like, be creative, try to share interesting things with your colleagues, because sharing the knowledge means knowing and learning.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. And then for the next week we will have activity number 2 that has 2 parts. I already mentioned today that it would be great if you could start with the activity number 2, the first part, during this week, because it means that you will need to read the Atletico Madrid case and respond 2 questions on the forum. There is like a debate forum where you will need to answer the 2 questions, because the second part of the activity number 2 will be related with, it will be group activity. It means that during this week, we will create teams and we will announce the teams, I think before Friday. And it means that you will need to work with your colleagues to execute the second part of activity number 2. All right? Okay.
Yep.
Once, of course, we will finish the phase number 1, that will finish on Sunday, 15th of October. Then, of course, we will be providing more and more information. We will be going on and on. From third week, we will start with individual tutorial sessions as well. It means that we will give you some kind of time schedule where you could book your 10-15 minutes, or with Mark or with me. It's up to you. And that's it from our side, if I'm not mistaken. Do you have something to add, Mark?
No, it's all okay. It's enough, your explanations.
Thank you. Well, I will try to say your name, because for me it's quite difficult. But Mogomozi.
Yes.
Do you?
That's fair.
Okay. Do you have some questions?
I think probably only 2. I just wanted to check. I was looking at the. Let me just see the teaching guide, and I just wanted to ask, in terms of the bibliography put in the teaching guide, will you be providing all these so these sources, or will we need at some point in time for ourselves to actually look for these sources?
No, usually it's like, as you have seen in my second message, when I started with like the phase 1, I already mentioned the resources that you need to read and that we would like you to consult. And usually it's like, I'm always putting the links over there. So it means that you could find it directly. You could download it, you could just watch it, you could just read it. But all the resources that we will be mentioning could be found in the virtual campus.
In the virtual campus, okay. No, that is fine. And then I think the last one is I tried to access the sportsbusiness.com. So I'm not sure if we use our own password there, or how does it actually work? Because I was struggling to get onto the sports.
What do you mean? Which one?
Let me just see. Sorry. There's a link in one of the readings, one of the reports that you suggested that we read. I think it's social media and sport on sportsbusiness.com. I was struggling to access that one, and digital strategies, because I just wanted to have a look. I was struggling to get access on.
Okay, this is one of the things that sometimes, because as you could imagine, we have different kind of providers. These kind of providers, sometimes, they are just changing some kind of web pages, and then it's like something that was accessible before, it isn't possible to access anymore. So it's like, if you have this kind of problem, just contact me by email and send me exactly where do you have problems, and I will check it.
All right.
Okay.
No,
because it's definitely easier to do it like this, because if you will tell me right now, it's quite difficult.
It's difficult for me to try and show you where it is. So if I'm having a problem accessing one of the links or anything, I guess
Yeah.
I'll drop.
Sometimes it's happening because, you know, it's like, you know, the problem is that these kind of things are changing on a daily basis. So it's like, even though we have different kind of agreements with different kind of providers, but still it's like, you know, if they're doing some kind of updates, those access could change, and this kind of things sometimes happens. You know, it's like, it's not a problem because you will just let us know. We will try to do our best, and of course. But as I told you, there are things that we will go step by step, and the things that I will be mentioning to read, those are the things that put your main focus on.
Okay.
That's the reason. Right. That's the reason of my messages. I mean, like, of course, you are completely free to study and read everything on your own, because that's the part, that's the point. Yeah. But usually it's like I will try to facilitate you a little bit your studies with giving you proper instructions. So
no, that's great, because like I said, there's a lot of material. So if you are able to give us maybe some direction for certain activities, then that will be great.
That was the reason why I started already with my second message that I sent at the beginning of the week. I mentioned a lot of reading materials and theoretical resources that you should check on, and I will be continuing like this. So it's like just follow it, and that's it.
All right. Now then, I'm good. I guess I'm ready to get started.
Okay, great. So not only to you, but to all of your colleagues, I hope that you will enjoy this course, you will have fun, you will learn something new, and all together we will enjoy it.
All right. Thanks so much, guys. I'm glad I'll be working with you and looking forward to it.
Yeah, we are looking forward to work with you and with all of your colleagues. I hope you will be good and strong group. So I will just, the last recommendation for all of you, it's like work hard and smart.
Okay, fantastic. Good luck.
Good luck.
Okay, thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.